Hey, kia ora everyone, it's Chris and Sam here from Bayleys. So this is our weekly roundup of what's been happening in the NZ real estate news. This week we're talking about how the government's continuing to break down some barriers in the housing market. But first up location-wise, Sam, where are we?
Yeah, we're at 7 Commodore Parry Road in Castor Bay, Auckland. Location, views and ease, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms on 560 square metres, elevated with views over the bay, zoned for Westlake Boys and Girls School, with a self-contained minor dwelling for home and income potential. So if you're interested in this property, get in touch with Chris Batchelor from Bayleys. Takapuna.
Yeah, cool. Sam, what do you like most about this place?
Oh, the amazing deck and the views out there are just so nice.
Yeah, it's pretty
Even
cool,
on a cloudy day, it looks great.
Yeah, super nice. And so Sam, getting into our weekly news for this week, government's breaking down some barriers in the housing market, like what's going on?
Yeah, so good news in the construction sector. They've approved 38,000 new products, part of the Australian watermark scheme, I guess, to reduce build costs, so that's good for that market. And then on the rental side, I had an update on the pet bonds. So this came into play in December last year, and since then there's been 1,700 pet bonds lodged through Tenancy Services. This is typically an extra 2 weeks rent that they can offer as a bond for pets.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So 1,700 new pets into the market, which
Yeah.
is cool. Moving into our sales snapshot for the week. So this week we are looking at some recent auction sales, sort of modern architecture. So Sam, what have we got up first?
So in Auckland, I've got 56 Brixton Road in Manly, stylish single-level living by the beach, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, modern home reimagined by LTD Architecture Design Studio and marketed by Mark Wilson from Bayleys Orewa. This one sold under the hammer at auction for $1.565 million.
Yeah, cool. And then down in Canterbury, I've got 50 Luge Loop in Castle Hill. So architectural Castle Hill retreat, 3 beds, 1 bath on 700 square metres. Designed by Crush Architects and built in 2022. Views over the Craigieburn and Tullis Ranges. Marketed by Matthew Hazelwood, James Kerr and Ben Deans from Bayleys Christchurch. This one sold under the hammer at auction for 1.02 mil. So 2 cool homes with a bit of modern architecture there. Going offshore for the week, we've got our international news. And so this is through our partner McGarth out of Australia. Melbourne residential market update. And so basically what's happening in Melbourne at the moment is markets performing a bit stronger than the New Zealand markets. Prices were up 6% over 2025. They think they'll go up another 7% this coming year. Median house price over there, 900k Australian, which was at 1.1 New Zealand. And rents though, a little bit softer, so rents up 2% over the year and 3% forecast for this year. So what seems to be the case is that basically Melbourne market's a bit cheaper than Sydney, doesn't seem to have as much rental pressure at the moment. So yeah, if you want to learn more, we'll pop a link in the description. And finally, to wrap up, I've got property of the week. And so Sam, what have you got this week?
I've got 2133 Gibston Highway in Queenstown, a Gibston Sanctuary, 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms on 3,800 square metres. An exquisite pavilion-style residence completed in 2023, main residence plus 1 bedroom guest house. So if you want to learn more about this property, get in touch with Sarah or Serena from Bayleys Frankton.
Cool. And then for me, I've got this property right here that we're at today. So 7 Commodore Parry Road in Castor Bay in Auckland. So location, views and ease, 5 beds, 3 baths on 560 square metres. It's got views over Castor Bay, zoned for Westlake Boys, Westlake Girls School, self-contained minor dwelling below for home and income potential. So if you want to learn more, contact Chris Batchelor from Bayleys Takapuna. With that said, we'll wrap things up here. So big cheers to the vendor and Chris for hosting us today. Thanks, Sam.
Cheers, Chris.
Sweet. And we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.